guys, we're going to focus today on playing 1, 4, 5, 7, and 1 progressions at the keyboard. Now there are a lot of different ways that you could play these chords and voice these chords. I'm just going to show you one way that we're going to ask you to do today. For this method, we're going to ask the left hand to play the root of each chord. So that's why you'll notice none of these have inversion symbols. We're asking you to play the root of the chord in the left hand. The right hand is going to fill out the chord, so it's playing all of your other voices. The voicing we'll use, we'll put do, do, ti, do in the soprano voice throughout the progression, and I'll point that out to you a little bit later. One of the first things you're going to want to do is to identify your chords when you're given the key. So let's practice with D major. If we're in the key of D, our 1 chord is going to be D major. Our 4 chord will be G. Our 5-7 chord will be A7. That 7 is important. And our 1 chord will be the D again. Now, you should be able to do this pretty quickly. If you need to write this out while you're practicing, please do if that helps you. The other thing you're going to need to do efficiently is to know how these chords are spelled really fast. So I can look at this and say, all of these are major chords, and spell them out. D, F sharp A, G, B, D, A, C sharp E, G, D, F sharp A. So chord spelling is something you're going to want to continue to practice for fluency. Now that we know our chord progression for D major, let me show you how that left hand is going to work. So remember, the left hand is playing the root of the chords. So I'm going to set my left hand, finger 5 on D, just like a little 5-finger scale. And then I'm going to play the roots through my progression. So that would be D, G, A, and D. So you're playing literally 1, 4, 5, 1. So that pattern is going to be consistent regardless of what key you're playing in. So let's take a look at what right hand is doing. We're going to treat right hand separately right now. For this pattern, we're going to do our 1 chord in first inversion, which means my thumb needs to go on the 3rd. So this is going to be me. And then I'm going to fill it out. So, do, mi, so, do. From here, I'm going to go to my 4 chord, which is G major. And then from here, I'll go to my 5-7. Hand stays in the same spot, but we're going to switch fingers to 1, 2, and 4. And then from here, we'll go back to our 1 in that inversion. Now let's take a look at what each voice is doing throughout the progression. So I'm going to start singing the bass voice while I play this. Do, fa, so, do. Now the tenor, which is the thumb, which is starting on mi. Mi, mi, fa, fa, mi. Now my alto, which is going to start with this finger, which is on so. So, so, la, so, so. And finally the soprano, which is on do. Do, do, ti, do. Okay, so what I want to do now is give you a really practical way that you can work through these progressions. We're going to practice hands alone and then hands together, and I'm going to show you how you can practice working through the circle of fifths or linearly up and down the piano. So let me show you how to do that. We're going to focus on left hand first. So left hand, I'm going to start in the key of C. So I'm going to put it on my C. And then I'm going to play through the pattern for this progression. 1, 4, 5, 1. Working through the circle of fifths, I would then move to G major. And then to D major and play it again. And then to G major and play it again. And then to F major and play it again. And then to G major and play it again. And then to F major and play it again. And then to G major and play it again. And then to F major and play it again. And then to G major and play it again. And then to F major and play it again. And then to G major and play it again. And then to F major and play it again. And then to G major and play it again. And then to F major and play it again. And then to G major and play it again. And then to F major and play it again. And then to G major and play it again. And then to F major and play it again. And then to G major and play it again. And then to F major and play it again. And then to G major and play it again. And then to F major and play it again. And then to G major and play it again. And then to F major and play it again. And then to G major and play it again. And then to F major and play it again. And then to G major and play it again. And then to F major and play it again. And then to G major working the other way for the flat keys. So if I started in C, I would move to F, then to B flat, etc. The other way you can do it is just working up a step or a half step at a time and only hit the keys that you need to practice right now. So I would do C, then D, then E flat, etc., moving up or down the keys. Just like we practiced left hand alone, we can practice right hand alone as well. And you can do it in the same way, either through the circle of fifths or linearly. And just play the progression, getting used to the shape and of the pattern. So I'm going to start in C, moving to G, and so forth. Once you've got them down separately, you can practice them together that way. So I'm going to start again in C, and then I could move to G, and then to D, or you can practice moving up. Practice working through those keys either way. Both are acceptable. So just to recap, we're doing 1, 4, 5, 7, 1. Left hand is in the position of your 5-finger scale, and you're playing the roots of the chords, and your right hand is filling out the chord in such a way that we have that do, do, ti, do movement in the soprano.